Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. As you guys know, I usually make videos about skating, but today the video is more about these. And what is this? Well, these are tools. These are cameras that I use to make skating videos. What if I tell you that all these cameras can be thrown away and I can use one camera only? Well, that camera is this. And this is the new Insta360 One R. What is this? Well, let's talk about it. This camera is a bit of a... it's a different one. This camera is a 360 camera, but at the same time, it can also be an action camera. How do you do that? You know, that camera that you see a lot on Instagram, even here on YouTube. Drop that. Yeah, feel the funk, y'all. A lot of people ask, how do they make the selfie stick invisible? Well, the selfie stick is not made invisible. It's just filmed with a camera like this most of the times. This is the Insta360 One X, and this is the camera that most of the people are filming when you see that invisible stick, meaning that you don't see it. Okay, when you don't see the stick, it's most of the times this camera. Then, if you've been following this channel for quite a while, you might have seen that I do a lot of GoPro stuff. This is the GoPro Hero 7.
I've been searching under rocks and stone.
And I have a little audio accessory here, like a little thingy. I don't really know how to explain, but it's something that you can plug to the camera and then it allows you to connect to a microphone so that the sound is a bit better. This is my third GoPro. I first had the GoPro Hero 4, then I had the GoPro Hero 5, this is the Hero 7, and there's another one already, which is the Hero 8. I didn't change to the Hero 8 because I never really felt the necessity for it, because I felt this one was good enough for what I wanted. Then, when I started using this one, this wasn't my first 360 camera. This was actually my third 360 camera. I first had a LG camera that was very, very basic. I think they said that it filmed 2K, but when they say 2K on the 360 camera, it's basically 2K for the whole 360 degrees. And I will show you what that is in a second. Then after that, I had an amazing camera, which I still have here. This is the GoPro Fusion. And now there's a new GoPro, I think it's the GoPro Max, but I don't have that one. I had the GoPro Fusion, and the quality of this camera was pretty good. Even today, if you would use up to this one or even up to this one, the quality of the 360 camera, for the first 360 camera from GoPro, this GoPro Fusion, was actually very good. The problem is you need to use 2 SIM cards, and if you never saw a 360 camera, it has one lens on each side. It's basically one camera on each side. For you to be able to do something with this, you would need to get the footage from each camera, and then there would be a program from GoPro that would allow you to do all the stitching, which means that it would put both footage together and make it look like a cool one. But it took so long. It took so long. If I would film like 5 minutes, sometimes it would take me like 2 hours, 3 hours of just extra work to make that work. So not really something that I use that often because of that. Then, when this first came to the market, I first saw it through a skater that you might know. His name is Ollie Bennett. This is an amazing camera. It's very, very simple to use. It's very light. It has an amazing app that goes with it. Basically, you film whatever you want. After filming, without any cable, you connect this to your phone and you can see all the footage. You can choose what you want. It's just very, very easy to use. But it has these lenses very exposed, which is normal. It's a 360 camera. But when you skate with this, it's very easy to have accidents with this. So basically I had a problem with it, which I was actually filming for this channel. And then I got the camera back with new lenses, and the first time I went out, I got it scratched again. It's not that common. I'm not saying that this is something that's gonna happen with everyone, but it does happen with me. So here it is, ready to send to fix, because I still love this camera. It's still an amazing camera. Then there is another camera that I use for filming, and that is, I used a couple times, not really that often. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket. Basically, It has a little gimbal, so everything is supposed to be very stable when you film with this. And the quality is very good, but it's again very, very fragile. So then Insta360 came with this camera. And what is this camera? Well, this is a modular camera. And that's why I said that it's basically everything that you see on the other one, in both the other cameras, in one camera only. So check this out. What's so special about this camera is that this camera is modular. It's crazy. You see these three little pieces right here? 1, 2, 3. This is a camera. And this module that has one camera on each side, it's a 360 camera. So when you put these two things together, the lens, the engine, and now the battery, check this out. It's on. Now, what is so special about this camera? Check this out. This is the cool thing. And I'm gonna put it here, even if I'm not gonna be using it. I'm just gonna put it here so that I can show you exactly what's so special about this camera. Now that I'm on the app, right here, I can just see everything that I want. I can see the roof. I can see basically everything inside the studio. And every time that I'm recording, I'm basically recording everything. And then when I get on my phone, I can just choose what I want. So if I would go to a clip that I have here, as an example, last week when I was in Editor, I was filming a little bit. So I'm gonna show you. So here I'm coming to the ramp, but I could choose the aspect ratio that I want. Imagine if I'm filming a story, if I want to use it for stories, I can use it just like this high. But then I can also just come here and film it 1:1, which is usually very good for Instagram, just a square video. And then I can also just use HD, which is 16:9. At the same time, while it's recording, I can actually choose where the camera is pointing. So I can choose to point to the filmer, which is usually not normal. But even if you look at the end of the filmer, you don't even see that's the filmer, and you don't see the stick, right? Because he's using the invisible selfie stick. So when you buy this camera, if you buy the twin edition, and that's the one that I was given by Insta360, yes, this camera was given to me. I didn't pay for this camera. This camera was given to me to make this review and to use on my videos, and I'm loving it. When I got this camera, I was given an edition called the twin edition, and the twin edition usually comes with another module. Boom. Now I put it on. This other module is no more than an action camera. Basically, it turns this 360 camera into a GoPro. And this is awesome. Now, something also very cool about these that the GoPro doesn't have. Like, if you buy the one that I have, it doesn't have a screen in the front, right? It has a screen in the back, but it doesn't have a screen in the front. On this one, these modules that I called before, the engine, can be used both ways. So check this out. I can use the screen facing to me like it was, or if I want, I can just face it to the back and we're cool again. So check this out. Boom. So now I don't see myself, but I can see what I'm filming. That's actually very cool, right? Something that I also said before is all these accessories. You can have extra batteries. There's also a different battery that instead of putting a battery like this, you can put a battery that it's much thicker, so lasts longer. And now I just saw the other day, they also just released a battery that instead of being this thing, it's just another square that comes down, making this a bit of a longer camera. So that can also be very cool. As an action camera, it has a different shape of an action camera, but as a 360 camera, it's going to remind you more of these, like a tall camera and not a regular GoPro style camera. So it's cool. Now you might remember that I was just saying when I was talking about the GoPro that for the GoPro, you will need to use this little adapter to be able to connect the microphone. So on this one, you actually also need to connect an adapter, but the adapter is actually minimal. So check this out. These little USB-C on these ports that I actually don't like a lot. Here on the side. Now I can connect the microphone and I'm ready to go. Now please, you need to have this in mind. If you are going to be using these as a 360 camera, it's going to be a lot harder to have a microphone because you're gonna need to put it on this frame, and the only spots where you can see the microphone is if they are exactly above the frame of the camera. Imagine if you see the camera, if they show a little bit on top here, then you already have a problem. And I actually made a couple of funny rigs trying to make these work with different types of microphones, because a microphone that I use a lot, it's this wireless microphone from Rode. It's called the Wireless Go, and you can just do something like this. Imagine, let me just put it maybe here, so then I can show it to you exactly how this is. Put it here. Okay, so I open the camera on this side, I insert the little mic adapter, and then check this out. This is a wireless transmitter that I can put just here. And now this is another microphone, so I can just put it on my shirt. And now I could be recording. It doesn't matter where this camera is because the sound would always be cool. So I could have the camera just here pointing at me. This is how it looks. It's not fixed at all. But I think this way I can come here without a problem. I can also be here. The sound should be good. Even with me being far, that should not be a problem. Now I go away. And this is just a test. I hope this works better. I don't need this anymore. I just wanted to show you that it is possible. Something very cool about this camera too is, I'm gonna need to go back to that. I'm gonna go back to where I was. Back to the 360 module. And now it's still easy to fall and scratch the lenses. This could still happen very easily. Now, something very simple that you can get for your camera just to keep the lenses protected. It's this little rubber piece, and all you need to do is to put it on and it's protected. Now, obviously, if you want to film with it, it's not going to work. But this is actually another very cool thing that you can do. So you can also get these little lens protectors that, I don't know if the guys from Insta360 are trying to say something about me or not, but they did send me these two protectors, which it's very easy to put. You just put it down here, come to the top, boom, and boom. And now, and check this out. And now you got a camera with the lenses protected. All you need to do is then, through the app, just say that you're using the lens guards, and it's perfect. I mean, this has basically everything that I need on a small camera. The app is very, very easy to use. All I need is to start recording, and then on the app I choose if I want the stabilization. By the way, I didn't speak about this camera, which has an amazing stabilization, but the 360 camera, I'm not gonna say it's better, but I can very easily compare the stabilization of this one with this. Basically, this little thing right here is just making me not need any of these. So why would I keep going back to those ones? As someone that tried to make content very often, having something that it's easy to use, it's very important. And this is exactly what this is. I am not trying to make you guys not buy anything else and to buy this, because the truth is, if you look at the quality on the GoPro Hero 8, it's probably better than if I use this module. The colors are a little bit different. As an action camera only, it's probably better. It's probably stronger than a modular camera. But the usability of this, it's amazing. You being able to have an action camera and a 360 camera. You being able to connect this with your phone and edit straight from your phone. This makes this camera in my opinion, the best camera for any skater out there is trying to make content. Obviously, if you're trying to work on like a very high quality thing, you probably don't want to use the Insta360, but you are filming 5.7K. Now, have in mind that those 5.7K, it's the whole sphere, the whole thing that is being filmed, and then you are going to choose a little bit of that part. And that little bit, it's usually HD, more than enough if you ask me. The colors are good, it's very easy to work with, and the cost of this camera, it's not really expensive. So check the link in the description if you're interested in buying this one. I can't really make you a discount, but that's an affiliation link, meaning that if you buy the camera from that link, I will get a little cut from your sale, and it's a way to support what I'm doing. Also very important, on that link, the camera is going to be shipped from the Insta360 headquarters, but you do not need to pay for the custom taxes, as they have this system that you order from their website and all the custom taxes are on Insta360. So the price is actually very good. I mean, for €100 you can get one action camera and one 360 camera. I don't know, I really think it's unbeatable. So that is it. This video is becoming very long. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm not really a camera reviewer, but it's a tool that I use on my daily basis. So I try to make it sound simple to everyone. So if you did enjoy this one, do not forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And make sure to press on that bell button so you'll get a notification every time I upload a video. Most of the times, I mean, every time, a skate video, because even this one, I was talking about cameras, but I was relating it to skating. So with that being said, just like I always say, don't forget why we all started skating, and that it's because it's fun. Cheers and see you soon. Ha ha!